Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So either earlier today or yesterday, either earlier today or yesterday, we saw my Bookopoly for August and my TBR. I filmed that pretty early on, and I did not know that I wanted to partake in a readathon in August because I'm crazy, because I'm going to be full-time student teaching, working on the weekends, and trying to keep up with beta and everything else that's going on in my life, you know, so why not add something extra to this? So Krystal from from Bond Book Reviews, I'll link her channel down below. She is hosting a month-long readathon that we are going to try to vlog. Because like I said, it's going to be a crazy busy month for me. So I don't know why I'm doing this to myself, but you know what? We're doing it. So she has 2 videos. So we're going to go through these prompts and try to use the books. I'm not going to show you what they are unless we use them, because, you know, you should go check out my August TBR, which will be linked up here. Or up above somewhere. I think it's up here though. Like, whatever. You get it. But this is my TBR for August. We're going to try and use those first. So that I don't have a crazy TBR. But we will see, because I haven't gone through these prompts. She briefly went over them like a week ago. And I've been debating since then if I wanted to participate or not, but you know, why not? So prompt number 1 is a blind pick. There's a pool pick, which if you didn't see my TBR, there was a pool pick on that one, and I mean, I could just use that one. Maybe that would be so easy. So you know what, I am going to use pool pick for that one. Okay. Then number 3 is a big book. I don't have a big book on my TBR yet, because you're allowed to double up on this one. Partner or friend pick. Okay, so I can have hubby pick. He's my friend most days. And then a 5-star prediction. And then we have to watch her August TBR. We have our pool pick. Do you want to see what our pool pick is? Honestly, if you haven't seen my August TBR, go check it out. But this was pitted against a different book. I'm not going to tell you which one. But My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell and a different book. They both got the same amount of votes. And so I finished reading the other book this month already, so I decided just to put this one on August TBR for pool pick in Bookopoly. So it's gonna be what I carry over for the readathon. We still have to do blind pick, big book. Let me find choices for big book. I have it all planned out. For big books, or for the prompt of big book, I have these options, which is so freaking cool that I only have 5 options, because this year, back in January, I made a goal to not be so afraid of big books and to actually read them. So I have been conquering that goal, and these are the only books. Okay, That's not true. I have one more Dean Koontz book that is over 500 pages, but I picked the one that I would most like to read by Dean Koontz right now. I don't want a bunch of options for this author, so I'm still very proud of myself. I actually have my husband pick which big book I read. I know he will love that. So, let's go over the options. These two have audiobooks that are available to me. This one, Strangers by Dean Koontz, is a 29-hour audiobook. Woo! She's a mass market paperback, and I'm scared, but it feels like this will play with my real life fears of strangers. Like, they're kind of isolated in this hotel, and they're stuck there for some reason, and then people start dying, I think. So it's kind of like an isolated thriller, which are my favorites. So that's an option. The second option is Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. This, I don't know much about other than Karen Slaughter, and terrifying 26-hour audiobook, so pretty dang close to The Strangers. But if I got this, it would be included in a secret project that I'm doing, that I have been doing for over a month now. 2 months now? 2 months now. But things got very crazy for a little while there, so I had to kind of set this secret project aside. But it would be very good footage for that project. Then these three I cannot find audiobooks for, which does scare me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you, because I'm going to be so busy. Like, am I going to get this done? We'll see. So there's The Babysitter by Cheryl Brown. I believe this is like a nanny. The Babysitter, She's Perfect, Too Perfect. So it's like a nanny mystery thriller. And something happens to the kids, and they blame the babysitter. So that's fun. If my husband picks this one, The Pledge by Rob Keane, this one is on my 5-star predictions list, because, so I have filmed a 5-star predictions, like a new one, that won't be coming out until October 3rd. August 3rd, not October. August 3rd, and it's already scheduled and everything. Spoiler alert, this is one of the books that's on the list. It's college campus thriller about a pledge at one of the sororities who may or may not be evil, may or may not kill people. I mean, it's a fun time. So, actually, looking at all of my big books, they're all horror thrillers. Another horror, which is Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. This one would also work really great for a secret project that I'm doing. So that would be great to use this for that project. I think I said that my husband was going to pick this one. I actually think I'm going to have my husband put these like on our couch or something, and then I'll film me picking one blind. for the 5-star prediction prompt, I'm actually going to have my husband pick one. So if you want to know what's on my 5-star predictions, subscribe to the channel and come watch Veda with me. Because I think it's the 3rd book, or the August 3rd. I have no idea what's going on here.
So, under each roll of toilet paper, under the blanket, there is a book. You asked me to scramble it up. So, you need to pick the roll of toilet paper that corresponds to the book.
Oh. Okay. So, this is our blind pick, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, these are the big books, too. Ooh. Okay. I don't know what to pick. This one.
Okay, that one. The middle roll. That's this.
The Pledge by Rob Keane. I had my husband pick a book of 5-star predictions, most anticipated, and a few that are already on my TBR for August. And he picked How She Died, How I Lived by Mary Crockett. This is a young adult thriller, I believe. It's about this guy named Kyle who sends 5 text messages to 5 different girls, and only one of them replies, and to the one that replied, he brutally murders her that night. So this takes place a year later, as these girls that he texted are trying to move past it and living with the grief that he put them through. And then it's also following Kyle as he's getting sentenced for killing this girl. My husband helped me pick. Both of these are 5-star predictions, actually. But my husband helped me pick my big book, which is The Pledge, which is also a 5-star prediction. You should have already seen that with the toilet paper and everything. It was interesting. Then there was also a pool pick. I'm using my pool from my Bookopoly. It was a tie between the 2 books, but I finished the other book this month already, so I decided to put My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell. This also counts for I watched August PicPongAthon, or PicPong TBR game, and one of the prompts was to pick someone's worst book. So it could mean a worst book of the year, one of their least favorite, something that they just don't like, a book they didn't like. And I found My Dark Vanessa on a couple of people's worst lists. Prompt on her game, Krystal's game, was a book under 300 pages. So I am taking it very easy on myself. This book is less than 200 pages. This is the Louisville Anthology, edited by Erin Keane. This is all about the history and short stories that take place in Louisville. This was sent to me by the publisher, so thank you. I am ready for this. Plus, since I said I'm going to be super busy, because I am going to be very busy, I can read, like, see, some of these are 2 pages, some of them are 8 pages, so they're very, very short. I can read 1 or 2 of these a day and knock this out in the month, hopefully. And then the next one was a YA fantasy, and I'm cheating a little bit, a little, but it's okay. I don't care. I'm trying so hard to get the books that were already on Bookopolis TBR on here, so that, hi Jellybean, so that I'm not too hard on myself with my TBR. So I stretched the rules a little bit for this one. Anyways, this is Jellybean. It's his show, his channel, you know, give him some love. Are you happy? Can I continue? Okay. So, for YA fantasy, I originally thought that I didn't have any on my shelf, and then I realized that I have one YA fantasy, like true YA fantasy on my shelf, but I don't want to read it right now. It's also on my self-destructing books, and I have tried to read it several times, and I couldn't get into it. So, I'm stretching the rules. For YA fantasy, I'm picking Disney's Who's Who, because this is already on my TBR for this month. It's literally all the characters of Disney, and a little blurb about them, these pretty pictures. My thinking, though, is that young adult, like Disney, is intended for middle grade, young adult, you know. Everyone likes Disney movies, even adults and young adults and everything. So that's how it's young adult, because, you know, Disney. And then Who's Who. So fantasy, these characters are fantasy characters for most of, you know, like the Lion King, Simba, he's make-believe. He's imaginary. Along with most of the Disney characters, you know, like Slinky Dog. He's imaginary. So that's fantasy. So technically, it's non-fiction. I'm not going to lie to you there. But I think it could also be YA fantasy, and I'm keeping it. Then we landed on newest published. For me, I have some arcs that haven't come out, and one of them doesn't come out till the end of August, so I'm not counting that one. I'm only counting the books that have already come out. So for that one, I'm picking It Had to Be You by Georgia Clark. This came out in May. It's some kind of romance between these wedding planners who are kind of like competing against each other to be the better wedding planner, and then I think they fall in love, but I could be completely wrong. I try to go into most of my books pretty blind. And then you had to pick a book that was on your friend's wish list. So I kind of tweaked that one a little bit too. I went onto Michael and Amanda's Goodreads to see what was on their want to read list, and I found that Michael had a book on her want to read list that I have an arc of, so I am counting this as like on her wish list. It's on her want to read list, so it's the same thing. And that is When Sparks Fly by Helena Hunting. This is yet another romance. One spark ignites their passion, but will their friendship go down in flames? So it's friends to lovers, and that's really all that I know. So these are the books I have to read for the readathon. And then we have two more. I have two more books. In addition, three more. I have three more books in addition to these that I have to read this month in August. We can do it. I'm confident. Right? We got this. I hope. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.